Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for Friday, November the 12th. And on the ASX here, from this wave 4, I've been looking at it as 1 and 2 here and 3 here. And now I'm looking at this as an A wave, an A, B, C for the B wave, and down for the C wave here for wave 4. And this ties the count in with the US market. So the US markets have finished blue wave 4. Well, I believe they've finished blue wave 4. We need to confirm that though. It's confirming quite nicely here with 5 waves moving up through here, but we'll look at that closely in a minute. But with the US markets and this market, we're finished blue wave 4 going up to blue wave 5 for 1 and 2. So that's the way that I'd like to play it. We're back on support here, and if I just cut straight through to the tick chart to pick it up on those lows there from this wave 4, we'll talk about this for a moment, and the trade set up to the long side. So from wave 4 here, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and up for 5 here, and the A, the B and the C here. So quite a nice B wave and A wave and C wave there. Is that finished? Or could be one more low. Oh no, that's done. Yeah, that's finished. So 74 here is the level that we've been talking about for quite some time now. And then we've got group 1 above that, so 10, 20 and 30. So I think that if Friday shows strength, you can move in. Based on this particular count, you could actually go long here, but if that's a bit too much for you, you can look for a classic trading levels pattern on 74.20 and then look to add on at 7430, which is the top of group 1, and it'll take a little bit longer to get that classic trading levels pattern happening on top of group 1 there, on subgroup 1. And then you also want to do the same pattern here as well on the 50, because we want to be moving in between wave 2 and wave 3, moving to the upside up here. The 75 is going to be a bit of a headache, and that will play out quite closely to the wave 3 in one way or another, and the wave 4 and all of that. But trading from here to here would be a nice trade, and I think that you can pretty much move in on any strength that you see here, and then also just keep building through group 1 really on that, looking at that particular strength. So this will be driven by or partly by banks. So Commonwealth Bank here, it had got sold off quite strongly at the 110, but I think that's over now, and we'll see that recover and move up. So that's in line, and so I've had this as wave 3 lately, and an A and a B and a C for that. I'm okay with that. That ties in quite sort of nicely, I guess. I want to have a look at ANZ, and also want to have a look at the NAB as well today. So ANZ, it held pretty steady yesterday. Didn't get hammered like the like CBA, and just expecting this to push up off here based on this being the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here for this. Of course, this could be counted differently, but we've got support on the 20. We're trying to gain support on the 28 and move up from that point. So we'll see how that goes. But it's pretty scruffy wave 1 and 2. But based on this ABC pattern here, we should move up a bit higher here for this. I think I might just drop that down there so we don't get spiked out. But it's just sort of hanging there with that situation. And the NAB I thought was quite interesting, really. I don't particularly like the NAB bank, as it's never really had a good owner. Always been chasing technology, never getting it right, never getting public opinion right. They said they'll stop supplying funds for fossil fuels, and then the next day they said they're supporting the gas industry. I mean, so they just sort of, that's not good or bad. I'm not getting into politics about anything. I'm just saying that, I don't know, they've never gotten out of being in sort of 4th place, I suppose. What I want to say here, though, is that just coming back here, that's the whole trend up from those lows, and we've got this wave 4 here as an ABC. And then you can see here, we've got that nice 5-wave structure here, and then a nice sharp ABC pulling back 61.8%. All of this here would be part of the third wave, but I think it's not finished. It's too small. It got hit at 30, of course. It's definitely not finished to the upside. It will spend a week or two here for sure, if not even longer. But it's not finished to the upside, this bank. So, normally I'm not telling you to buy it here because this is where you would sell it here. And then you would wait. This is the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the ABC, and then up again. So we'll keep an eye on it and we'll try to find the setup. But this is very much in line with US banks. Well, if you have a look at BAC that I do in the US stock. So, what I'm also saying here is that this particular pattern's in line with the US bank. So that means that, we're being dragged along in that regard, in that space. So yeah, anyway, I think that's interesting. But it tells me that we're not finished up here, that's all. So that gives me a bit more confidence with NAB, with the ANZ and CBA, etc. Okay, so let's go over to the resources, and I do want to have a look at iron ore. Not much though, but we've been looking at wave 4 here with 1 and 2. This is definitely some third wave down here for this. So probably 1 and 2 in here somewhere. I haven't gone into the tick chart to check it out, but definitely 1 and 2 in here somewhere, and definitely the third wave here. So this will be a fourth wave bounce, and then there'll be this leg to come down through here for that. So we're in that fourth wave bounce here now. So we're very close to a low. So we'll probably see the stocks shore up first. And I was looking at BHP in a different way, because if I go back to, first of all, go to US BHP, the ADR, I'll go back to this is just 50 ticks, so I'll just go back to the daily chart here. See, with this market, here, I've had it as wave 1 up here with an A wave and a B wave and a C wave, and that's okay. And then I've had this as wave 1, and looks like we've got a nice little push up there now for that. But anyway, I won't focus on that at the moment. I just want to explain the bigger picture here for a moment, because our local BHP, that's the top of the market for our local BHP. This happens a fair bit between our BHP and US BHP, and of course the currency is the deciding factor, well, one of the major deciding factors on that. But on the Australian BHP, we don't have that A, B and C down here for that. We had that as the top. So with that in mind, if we look at Australian BHP, we've been over this before, but I've got to keep going over until I get it. So we've got that as, this is 10 ticks, this chart. So, but besides that, this is the top here. Like on the other BHP, one of these were the tops. So we had like an A wave, a B wave and a C wave to come down, but we don't have that here. But when you look back in the history, you'll see that a lot. You'll see that either the US BHP or the Australian BHP could have a top in place and the other one doesn't. Or a particular low or something slightly different. But that said, they do follow the trends of each other, So that means that we really need to be careful down the bottom here. So it made me go back and have a look at this. My old count was I had in grade 1, grade 2 here, and then all the way up for grade 3 and grade 4 here and grade 5 here. And that's a logical count. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think you could also count it as what in orange here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now that that wave 4 does pull back a bit too far, but it sort of looks like a wave 4. It's acting like a wave 4 and not acting like a wave 2. So I think we could look at it like that. And then this is all 5 waves up to this point. And then that would leave, this is the A wave here. And then in blue, an A and a B and a C for the B wave up here. And then the C wave down here, an expanded flat correction. Bitcoin went through the same thing at the top at 65 when it first arrived there. So it's possible, okay? So I think I always try to, get into the detail and find things, but I think and I have been, looking at it quite closely here, but down here we could count it 1 and 2, a nice third wave down, looks like a fourth wave here, and quite often in commodities you'll see the extension in the fifth wave. So having this as wave 1 here and 2 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for third wave, fourth wave here, because I can't have it as a blue wave 4 because it didn't rally enough. And then we're coming down here for the last leg, So 1 and 2, a nice third wave here. Fourth wave was a little bit high, but that just shows strength in the market, and obviously it was news driven as well. And then this move down here is in 5 waves, so we might get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. Well, iron ore's up today, so it'll probably go up, or it's not finishing properly and we can put the low in there. Can we call the low in today? Just looking at this structure here, it can be counted as corrective. If we look at this low, here's an A wave, a B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, I'm not quite sure yet. Still early days, but I'm just shooting the breeze and we're looking for that low. I'd want a bit more sort of evidence, but I don't want to leave it too late either. But anyway, I brought it to your attention and we can keep an eye on that. And the other sort of guiding factor on that is Fortescue. Now, I don't know what they've said or done or whatever, but it has popped in this case. So we've got the same downtrend here. Now we can look at this top over here as wave 5 or the B wave. So we can look at it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. So we can do that as well. I mean, as a fifth wave here, it didn't really go very much higher over here. It doesn't really have to go higher, it just has to have 5 waves in it, but it was never really a nice 5-wave structure here. So I think we've got the A wave here. I'll leave that there though, but the A wave here, an A, B, C for the B wave here, and then down for the C wave, and we're getting the low in. I don't have 5 waves here yet, but it's possible. And also Rio. Once again, looking at 5 waves to the downside. I haven't pulled this apart on a tick chart. I could probably call that the low. I could probably go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here and then down for 5. I have to pull that apart. But anyway, I'm just saying it's not quite ready just yet. But yeah, anyway, I just thought that was all quite sort of interesting. And I want to have a look at Newcrest Mining. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have put trades on that platform. They're only small little things anyway. I couldn't help myself. Let's just go to the daily chart for a moment. So I mean, gold is starting to look really quite good in the fact that this move up through here is impulsive. Then we were looking for a corrective move. It was a little bit wild, I have to say, but that's what happened when you're sucking liquidity out of the market. So folks are moving in. We can see the volume here. So yeah, it should just continue to push to the upside. And I just wanted to also have a look at a few little gold stocks as well. Where's my little list here? Let me just get sorted here a little bit. Okay, don't need that. So this is EVN just here. So these are popping quite nicely as well. Now they should have a pullback here, but in this case here it's $4. So we need that support on the $4. So that's that one. This is Gore here. So in this in this instance, from this low here, I won't go into a lot the rest of the chart, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got that impulse wave here, and then we've got the pullback, and then we've got 1 and 2 here, and then we're going up into a third wave, so there'll be a fourth and fifth. So this should, this should go quite nicely. GOR here. What else have I got here? This is IAU. Once again, they're all doing the same sort of thing, This is NST here, doing the same thing again. Nice to sit on 10, may retest it, but keeping the stop out of the way, getting a small position in these, and then sort of adding a little bit later with all of these. This is RMS here, SBM. But like I said before, it's the ones with the most range in this bar here that you want to be looking at. So I'll let you go through on those. But did I have GDX in here? GDX. So this is GDX. So you all know GDX, yeah? So this is wave 1 and 2 in here. And this is the third wave that we're in at the moment. So we'll go for that. We're in that third wave, but in that third wave, there'll be 5 waves, and we're just in the first wave. So all of this up here is just the first wave of that. That's where we are within everything, I won't go into US stocks because it's a Australian video, but yeah, I mean, I've got my trades are in US banks and gold stocks at the moment. That's where I'm at. Yeah, so that we need to talk about the Australian dollar as well. Let's have a bit of a look at that. Australian dollar, it's looking weak because the US dollar's pushing up. The US dollar index is pushing up. So this is just on the 4-hour chart. So as you know, I've never been. This is never really counted nicely as 5 waves here. This can be counted as an ABC back here, and then we can count 5 waves up here. We could look at it as wave 1 up here and back for wave 2, and I've tried to do that here, and I've looked at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here as the A wave and then the B wave, and then looking for the C wave here. So it's still possible, but I doubt it because we're seeing the US markets push up. Just going to the DXY here on the, I'll just bring it into the daily chart here. So I mean, we expected it to push up, and it's pushing up, but I can see that it's going to be up at 96.50, and I'll have to rearrange this whole count here. I'll be looking at this as yeah, anyway, we'll get into that when we get into it, but just to, this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's still got further to move up there. So yeah, but as far as this goes here, this would be wave 1 and 2 in here, and 3 and 4 in here, and 5 in here. So we still need to finish this off here, and we're below the 61.8% mark here. So it's looking quite bearish at this point. There'll probably be some support across there as a trend line, but I think we need to look at this as being corrective, and we'll see more downside. So this will become an A wave here and a B wave over here, and we'll look for more downside. But anyway, we'll confirm that. But that's it. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.